Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. With the new year finally being here, yes, I know I'm a little late. It is the 4th technically of 2025, but I'm here to give my very first video of the year, being what I would like to see in 2025 from Grand Summoners Global. First things first, crossovers and reruns. I want to see some of the old crossovers come back, like Golden Kamui, ReZero, Tokyo Revengers, stuff like that. Like the ReZero one, I always will say that was one of my favorite crossovers because it was the one and only crossover that gave us craftable true weapons. And I always thought like craftable true weapons was like such a cool idea, and then they only did it once with ReZero, and now you can never get craftable true weapons again. But even if we don't get a ReZero rerun, I would love to see more crossovers in the future where, you know, you can craft true weapons to get specific passives and stuff like that you want. I don't know, I just feel like it's a pretty cool concept, and I really wish they did more with it. Another thing is for new crossovers, I'm hoping that we get things like, I don't know, maybe a Black Clover crossover, Demon Slayer crossover. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe a Jujutsu Kaisen crossover. I know those ones are kind of big wants, and they probably won't happen this year or even next year, but I just feel like I would love to see some more crossovers that are like big name crossovers and that bring like a unique twist to Grand Summoners. Some other things I want to see with the dev team is more community events that involve like content creator to community. So like the live stages where they had me and Chico guest star and we're able to interact with the community, and then they have like the mini live streams, which, you know, maybe they could invite someone to those. I think they were trying to, and then they didn't end up getting them available for it. But things like that, like more events where like content creators, the faces of Grand Summoners, can sit down, interact with the community as a whole. I think that would be pretty cool as well. Also, more events and challenges in game for the community, like when they did the, like if you could clear the Princess of Denial Crest Palace with as least amount of awoken units as possible. Like super awoken units were banned, and you had to do it with like 2 or less awoken units, and you had to clear Princess of Denial. I know I ran mono, or like just one Rimuru human form, like his base form, and it took me a very long time, but I did clear it with just Rimuru, so that was pretty fun. And then I think they had like damage challenge quests where it's like when a damage challenge quest is out, they said like who could deal the most damage to this boss before, you know, within the time limit or whatever. Just things like that. I just feel like they could do more of like community based challenges like that as well. I think it would be pretty cool. Moving on to the quality of life stuff. Now this is kind of a big list, but we will try to speed through it so this video isn't too long. But from my point of view, these are just some of the things that I personally would love to see in the game, whether you agree with them or not. And then, you know, obviously let me know if you do agree with them or not, and if there are any that I missed. But the first one being auto sell gold cats. Auto sell them. If I'm farming for gold cats and I'm farming them just to sell them, just auto sell them for me, please. Grand Summoners, Yama P, please. I don't want to have to like, oh, your box is full, sorry, and you have to go in, you have to spend, you know, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds just sitting there selling all of them. Another thing is option to remove quest transitions if you have your quests set on auto progression or auto loop. So what I'm talking about is if you are looping a quest, specifically Crest Palaces is a prime example of this, but it can be used for anything. If you're farming the event that's currently out, if you're trying to grind out the story, or if you're trying to, you know, do compendium farming with Night Stroll, if you had the option to just X and A the transition that goes from when you clear the quest to getting yourself back into the next quest, that is like a whole 30 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're running a quest hundreds, if not thousands of times, that 30 seconds per one run adds up really, really quickly, and it ends up taking very, very long time when you could just transition. I promise you, Yamapi, and I promise you, dev team, if we are farming and leaving it AFK on our phone off to the side, I promise you we do not care how much XP our units got that time or how much Gren we got. I promise, I'm not being mean or anything, but I promise you we do not care enough. We would prefer there to be an option where you just negate that screen altogether. It would make grinding so much quicker. An actual schedule for mines, raids, and could we potentially get the new game mode coming out this year, guys? Yes, please. But in reality, like, can we get like an actual rotational schedule for mines, raids, and the new game mode? I know JP kind of has one. I am not on JP enough to notice if they follow it to a T, but I can tell you that their rotation, at least for the new game mode, is way more often than we get mines or raids. We get mines or raids like, what, maybe once a year, where I think JP gets them at least 2 or 3 times a year on a rotation. So I don't know. I just think like maybe a rotational for those would be pretty nice. The other thing that JP does that Global does not do is they rotate old events, like old events. I'm talking like year 1 events. So like the original Celia event, the original Fen event, the original holy crap, what's her name with she's like a water unit. She got like blonde hair and the staff. I forgot her name, but like she even has an event. I'll flash her on the screen as I'm explaining this. Even she has an event, and like she's like a not really great unit. She's just kind of a throwaway unit. But the cool thing about them is, one, new players will be able to obtain equipment that is no longer available, which means as of right now, new players have absolutely no way to gain stuff from like the original Fen event. So they can't gain his Walmart true weapon, they can't get his eyeglass and stuff like that. So I think having those reran on a rotational basis too would be great. JP has them up all the time, 24/7. There's always some reran event. And the other good thing about them is they also give you large potions every time you complete a quest in their pack. And obviously they have about 10 to 12 or more packs. So every time a rotation of those comes out, then, you know, that's farmable large potions to an extent, and shut all the, you know, crest farmers up from yapping about how they don't ever have any pots available. Speaking of pots, increase the pot packs in the shop. Increase them, please. Give us the, you know, 700 that we could buy. It would benefit, everyone wins in this situation. You know how many people would like dump money every month, the hundreds of dollars that it costs to buy all of those large potion packs that JP has every month? Grand Summoners Global, I'm telling you, easy way to make money right there. Easy. What else? The new AFK mode. I know that one's pretty new, like really new on JP, but I feel like I wouldn't be upset if we got that, you know, halfway through 2025. We just got the new AFK mode. They dropped it on us in a random update. I'm just saying, global team. Energy one here. Give us half off energy when we host a multiplayer lobby. JP does it. I don't know if global does it yet. I'm pretty sure they don't though. I'm pretty sure we pay full energy price per hosted multiplayer lobby, but JP does it. half off if you host a multiplayer lobby. So give us those. That'd be pretty cool. And get people to play more multiplayer too. Another multiplayer thing is Arena. I personally don't take part in Arena, so I don't know exactly how easy it is to farm up to buy everything in the shop, but I feel like from the few times I did play it, like one win grants you like 4 medals, and like the cheapest thing in the shop is like at least 100 medals or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's a sticker. So I feel like increasing the rewards per win would be pretty cool. Like if you gave us like 8 to 10 medals instead of 2 to 4 would be pretty cool. Again, you don't have to touch the alk on it, but just the medal, so that it's easier for people to just farm every month before it resets. Because I don't know, again, I don't do the arena stuff that much, so I don't know exactly how long it takes any of you to actually farm up to buy everything in the shop. So I could be yapping out my butt here. In terms of units, I want to see a new type of unit, and I mean like a new, never before seen unit, like a mechanic wise, like stance change. Like what if you had a stance change unit where either like I know we have like BF Ebb, where it's like depending on where he is positioned in the party, his true art does something different. But I'm talking about like a full kit change. Like if he's if they're in a certain stance, then they are meant for defense, and they have like a barrier they can put up, and like DR that they give the whole team. If they're in a different stance, you can make it a different position in the party, then they're meant more for DPS and damage. And then if they're in a specific stance, they're meant for more like support and like arch gen. And so like I want one unit that has like 2 or 3 different kits in it that like change depending on either like what true weapon you have attached to him, so you could have multiple true weapons, or if you could put him in a different slot on the party and he does different things depending on that. But make it so that like they can't like stack on each other that way. Otherwise you get people who'd be like, oh, you just run 3 of this guy in your party and you're all set. No, make it so that they like can't stack with each other or something. I don't know, balance it out. But that'd be pretty cool, a new mechanic like that. Speaking of new mechanics and new like unit type of stuff, I want to see the first dual element or non-element unit in 2025. I know that one's another big ask, kind of talking out my butt here, but I do really want to see a dual element / non-element unit. And I'm not talking like it does dual element damage. I mean like the unit literally itself classifies under dual element, or it has 2 different elements on them. Another thing is, give us the updated unit of choice shop already. It's been, I don't know, like a year or more since JP's gotten their updated unit of choice shop. And also give us the, Dream Awakenings for all of those Blood Knights that are in the unit of choice shop, and then all of the Ninja Saga people. Like, it's, come on, guys. Falling a little bit behind here. It's already been over a year, I'm pretty sure, since JP has done it. So please just kind of sneak that in somewhere. That would be great. Thank you very much, Yama P, for listening. The last and final thing that I think would be pretty cool is more like sub-holiday events, like April Fools. Like, what if we had an April Fools event that just ran specifically around April Fools? What if you had an April Fools unit that came out that like their kit was just freaking like a troll kit, like wacky as all hell? It's like you can make it an ascended leprechaun or something, and then like his kit is just so absurd that everyone is just like, what? And then you're just like, yeah, haha, April Fools. Anyways, those are some of my quality of lives and other things that I would like to see in 2025. Will we see even half of them or even a quarter of them? probably not, but it's always cool to kind of speculate and, you know, think of things that would be cool to add to the game. Again, I really want to hear your own quality of life, or maybe things that you want the community to do, or things that you want the dev team to add for community wise or in the game or whatever. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments down below. And then also don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Oh my god, I can't talk. The subscribe button, and you know, check out the Discord, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Later.